Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. And if this is your first time here, then hi, my name is Lauren. And on my channel, we mostly talk about anything luxury, but we also discuss lifestyle and beauty. So if you're interested in any of these topics, please consider subscribing to my channel and we'll get started with the video. Review and comparison of the YSL Sac de Jour bag and the Lady Dior handbag. So if you are curious to find out which one suits your lifestyle best, then please keep on watching. So really quickly before we start this video, this Lady Dior handbag is actually not mine. In fact, it is a replica that a fake factory very kindly sent me. I have been collaborated with them in the past on real versus fake videos and have always been really impressed with their quality. Once again, this bag to me just looks like the real thing. The quality is incredible. It is genuine leather. So if you are interested in getting this particular Lady Dior bag or really anything else from the fake factory, then I will go ahead and leave all of the relevant information in the description box of the video down below for you, along with a coupon code. And without further ado, let's get started with the video. So our first point of comparison is going to be the price. So this Lady Dior right here is in size small and it retails for $6,000 plus tax. This little YSL Sac de Jour is in size nano and it retails for $2,600 plus tax. So there is quite a big difference in terms of pricing. It's basically more than double the price. So that's definitely something to keep in mind whether you're looking to find an affordable version of a handbag or you're ready to splurge. That's something to keep in mind. This one is pretty expensive. We're honestly nearing Chanel prices. This one is still reasonably priced in my opinion. So the next thing that we're going to be talking about is going to be the strap. So both handbags actually feature an adjustable and removable strap. So I feel like, at least in my mind, the YSL Sac de Jour, the strap is more adjustable. There are more options to adjust it to whatever size you want than the Lady Dior bag. So the Lady Dior is adjustable, but just like not that many options, if that makes sense. So you pretty much have to be lucky. I got lucky, so for me it fits and it's okay. But that's just a side note. So it is adjustable for both of them. And then it is also removable for both of them. And that is something that I really appreciate because, at least in my mind, this means that you can pretty much turn the bag from day to night. It's really, really easy to transition. Both of these bags are bags that are very versatile in the sense that they can be used for a day out, you know, casual outing during the day, very nice casual day bags. But they can also be turned into nighttime bags because if you remove the strap and you basically carry the handbag by its top handles, then it becomes like a nice little evening bag. You can also dress up both of these bags with additional back charms, with like a twilly, and that really makes it super, super duper nice. So both of the straps are pretty similar. I would say one thing to note is the width of the strap is pretty different. So as you can see for the YSL bag, it's pretty nice and narrow. It's very thin. It's very classy, classic, not too much in your face. I pretty much feel like for the Lady Dior, the strap is very, very thick. I honestly don't understand that. So if you have been subscribed to my channel for a while, you know by now that I am 5'11" or 180 centimeters, which is super tall. It basically is almost impossible to be taller than me. And when I wear this bag, I feel like the strap is really like in your face. There's a lot of strap on my body, if that makes sense. And I don't think it looks super duper good. So that's definitely something to keep in mind. If you're okay to have a thick strap, then, you know, that's fine to get the Lady Dior bag. But if you're looking for something thin and discreet, then I would definitely recommend the YSL one. So my next point is going to be about the ease of access. So basically, how easy is it to open and close the bag? I feel like I'm at a point in my designer journey where, you know, it's very important for me to have a bag that is functional, that is easy to use, that is practical, because if it's really hard for me to open and close the bag, I know that it will not be my top choice, and basically it's going to be a handbag that is going to stay on my shelves for like months on end and never be a part of my rotation of bags. So I know not to choose bags like this. So for me, the ease of access is really an important factor, and here there's a huge difference. So basically for the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one, the top is completely open, so it's really easy to, you know, slide in and out of this bag and like to take things in and out. Very easy. You only need like a couple fingers, like not even, to take stuff in and out of your bag. Whereas for the Lady Dior one, there is a top flap part that kind of folds into the bag, that tucks into the bag, if that makes sense. And it really is pretty difficult to open and close it, in the sense that the leather on the top is very fragile. So obviously you want to be careful. You don't want to damage the top of the bag. So you should not be opening this in a hurry. That's number one. And then number two, personally, I am concerned of damaging my nails. I have press-on nails, so I feel like, you know, if I do something wrong, then the glue is gonna come off on one of my nails, and I'm basically having to, you know, re-glue it. So I am definitely very careful when opening and closing this bag. So that's something to keep in mind. The ease of access isn't the same. Obviously, that comes with pros and cons. This also does mean that it is pretty easy to steal from your Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one, because, you know, it's like easy access. The bag is basically left open. So something to consider if you're going to somewhere that's dangerous. Probably not the best option here, but then again, like, this is a Dior handbag and it's pretty much in your face, so that's also not the best option either. My next point is going to be the storage capacity of the handbag. So like I said before, I tend to lean more towards functional handbags, and for me, a functional handbag means that I need to be able to fit a little bit more than just the bare minimum, than just the absolute essentials. Like, I need to be able to add at least, you know, a face sunscreen, a hand sanitizer, like that kind of stuff. And what's really interesting is, in my mind, both bags actually fit about the same, which is strange because when you look at them, there's obviously a bigger one and a smaller one, and you know, the Yves Saint Laurent one is the smaller one, but what's really interesting is they fit about the same. And this is because pretty much, so for the Yves Saint Laurent one, you lose a lot of space because you can only pretty much fit stuff at the bottom of the handbag, because right here the part is like thinning, so that means you're not able to fit a ton of stuff and you lose a bunch of space. Whereas for the Lady Dior bag, there is more space, the bag is more roomy, but then the problem is at the very top, because the top part kind of folds into the bag or tucks into the handbag, you also lose a lot of space. So it is about the same storage capacity. What I will say, however, is that it's probably easier to fit stuff into the Lady Dior bag because the bag kind of holds up straight, if that makes sense. So you can fit things a little bit more easily. For the Yves Saint Laurent one, you do have to play slight Tetris to get stuff in and out of the handbag and to put things nicely and neatly, especially if you want to maximize storage. So if you want to maximize storage, I would say the easier one would be the Lady Dior one. So my next consideration is going to be in terms of style. So hear me out. I feel like, for me at least, the Lady Dior one is the iconic bag from the brand. This is their #1 best-selling model. This is, you know, the bag that basically started their fame. It is extremely well-known, extremely popular, which isn't necessarily the case for the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one. Yes, it is a popular option, but there's also a lot of different, you know, models that are as well, that are just as popular as the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one. You know, I'm thinking, for example, of the Kate bag, of the 5 à 7, of the Lulu bag. Like, all of these bags are basically really popular as well. So this isn't necessarily the iconic model from the brand. I think, in a sense, the Lady Dior one is more timeless, more classic, more classy as well, more elegant. It is an option that is basically never going to go out of style. You are 100% sure that it never ever will, which I wouldn't say is the same for the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one. So I've had mine for like 7 years and I still love it. I still, you know, wear it a lot, especially in the summertime, but I wouldn't say that it's trendy anymore, if that makes sense. And that is obviously an important factor because it drives the resale value. So the resale value is going to be so much better on the Lady Dior bag. Sure, you will have paid more upfront because the bag is upfront more expensive, but should you decide that this bag is not for you, you're going to be able to sell it for much more money than the Yves Saint Laurent one. You're at least going to be able to sell it for near the retail price, which is not going to be the case for the Yves Saint Laurent one. For the Yves Saint Laurent one, if you decide to resell it, you will have to take a price cut. So now let's talk about some of the things that annoy me about each of these handbags. For the Lady Dior one, I would say the thing that actually annoys me the most is the bag charm. Every time you move the handbag, you can hear the bag charm moving. It's like ding, 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 ding. I don't know, it feels like a cow moving or something like that, you know, with like the bell. That's what I think about. So not very practical. This is kind of annoying. I mean, it doesn't seem like major like this, but over the long term, I could see myself being very annoyed with this. And then when the bag rests on like a flat surface, for example, the handles are not able to be held up straight. So they basically fall down, which is really, really annoying. I actually hate that. I feel like the bag doesn't look good because the handles are not able to be held up straight. So it's kind of annoying. With the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one, I am not really annoyed with the bag. I would say the one thing, two things actually. So the first one is the bag doesn't close like we've mentioned before. So that's definitely something to be wary about depending on where you're going. It's something to think about beforehand. And then there is the lock that you can see in the front right here, which is protected by like an envelope of leather. But if you use the bag like this and this rests on the bag for an extended period of time, it will create scratches and marks. So you basically have to have this part always inside of the handbag so that it doesn't actually damage the bag, but then you lose a bunch of space inside of the handbag, if that makes sense. So it isn't super practical. So this now brings us to the conclusion of this video. Which bag would I recommend? And here I am going to surprise myself. So I will say that if money doesn't matter to you, if money isn't even a consideration, if you can freely spend and not think about it, I would go ahead and recommend the Lady Dior one simply because it is an extremely good investment. It's such a classic style. It's such a classic and classy style. It's basically a bag that will never go out of style. It has all of the good attributes that we've mentioned before, with the class and, you know, the brand Dior. So obviously this is going to be the best choice if money doesn't matter. That being said, if you want to be savvy about money, which is my case by the way, then I would go ahead and recommend the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one because you get a lot of the good attributes from the Lady Dior one at a fraction of the price. For me, the price $6,000 versus $2,600, I couldn't justify spending, you know, an additional like $3,500 basically just to have the Dior logo on it. So in my mind, because I want to be more, you know, money savvy, then I would go ahead and recommend the Yves Saint Laurent Sac de Jour one. So that's it for this video, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that this video was beneficial and informational for you. In case you're looking to acquire any of these bags, I mean, both are obviously really, really good options and I still love both. But hopefully I was able to give you some clarity. So if you did enjoy this video, please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in my next one.